NFT Game Day on a Friday, and Corey Cottrell's back. So we're pretty stoked about that. How are you, mate?
You're talking to me? I'm good. I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning thinking about NFTs and tokens, but other than that, and then I just stayed up. So, you know.
I'm about to make you a whole lot better because this guy down here,
I keep hearing about this. Jimmy told me about this. He told me about this yesterday. He told me about it like the day before yesterday. He's like, dude, seriously, look at this shit. It's freaking amazeballs. I can't believe they're coming on the show. He's been ranting about you guys ever since. And from what little I've seen, it makes sense. So I'm stoked about it. So you're just gonna have to like tell us everything like as quickly as humanly possible. Should we give it a couple minutes and share some stuff out to places or just
we should definitely do that. And I think that we should we should play an advertisement as well while we do that.
We got the Did you see that I loaded up the Yoshi Drops upgrade into the brand system?
Yeah.
So I
think we should play it.
All right, here it comes.
On May 27, 2021, Yoshi dropped 1 million Yoshi coin music NFTs on the Wax blockchain. We currently live under a regime where we don't own our own music, where the true music enthusiast can no longer collect and share their music without difficulty. Yoshi Drops smashes this paradigm. Imagine being able to discover new music, collect all your favorites, and build collections while earning rewards. With Yoshi Drops, we have made this all possible while empowering artists and fans alike. Yoshi dropped 1 million Yoshi coins to jumpstart a music ownership revolution. Now, does the word revolution get used too much? Yeah, but this time it's actually true. And now, we're rolling out the Alpha Yoshi Drops membership upgrades. Come along on the ride with us as we evolve the future of music. These memberships allow Yoshi to drop random digital vinyls into accounts based on their membership level. Once you own it, it's yours for life. These unique and limited lifetime memberships mark a turning point in music history and will be cherished and valued as a marker of the time when artists and fans flip the script. Yoshi Drops. Collect, earn, empower.
I love it. And my favorite part makes me laugh every time, and it's never going to get old. Does the name Revolution get used too much?
Yeah.
So that's the best.
So they asked me to read that copy while I was out in Austin, and Kristen, the person in charge of marketing at Legend, which is the parent company of the Uplift, was like the VP of marketing at freaking like Nike, right? Like it's not her first day. She's writing all these things, and like I'm reading through this thing, and I'm like, Revolution it's good, it's appropriate, but it's like a little overused. So I just ad-libbed that, and they let me keep it in there. So that's fun.
Nice. Yeah, it's an ad-lib. So we got Jamie on the line, which is really cool. There was a situation in my back channels of Telegram where this dude, I'm assuming it's a dude. If it's a girl, that's cool too. But reached out to me and like their tag was Natsu, and they were just like, "Hey, this thing happened," and it was like this was like a few months ago, right? Because I miss a lot of messages because people DM me a lot, right? And like sometimes those messages are valuable, and I messaged him back and I said, "Dude, like sorry, I didn't respond. Like I don't know what's going on." And then he kind of introduced himself and he told me about the project. And he's like, "Hey," I said, "This is awesome. This is really cool. Like, do you want to come on our NFT Game Day show?" And he said, "Yeah, I'll set up a group with you and Jamie, and you come on and introduce myself to you in the group." And we had a lot of similarities. Read what's going on like on your website. And it's really cool. You guys are using VeChain in a game basically. And the cool thing about it is that unlike a lot of these other first player games, this game allows players to basically own lands in the game that like is original, right? And it's a very similar concept to what we've been doing with our metaverse. And I think that's just a home run right there. And then add to that the amazing team that you guys have doing whatever you're doing with your graphics just blew my mind.
Yeah.
So tell us about and it was born out of this weird mythology of Vulcan, who is the god of fire in the forge. So, I mean, 3 wins right there. And I don't even know anything about the project other than that. So welcome to the show. Tell us about the project.
Thanks very much. I must say, out of all the interviews, Amazon or whatever we've done, you're probably up there in the top 5 who's actually done a bit of research. I mean, the fact you even know that Vulcan was the god of fire and forging and not like, Star Trek guy, you know, the Vulcan from that. That's a great start. But yeah, I mean, thanks to Natsu reaching out. I mean, it's very rare you do get like some organic coverage from these kind of projects, because you know what crypto world's like. It's all very money driven. You've got to pay out your eyeballs to kind of get this kind of exposure. So we prefer these kind of things a hell of a lot better. I guess we've just sort of been building in the background really. So you won't see it plastered all over the place like some NFT projects, which are sort of not ever going to be launched, or they never really get launched, but you just hear about them all the time. You know, we were a game studio first, and you talk about the lore and the fantasy and all that stuff. That's because we've got some incredible authors like the fighting fantasy guys who used to do those sort of choose your own adventure books back in the day. You know, Ian Livingstone, Jamie Thompson, the different Jamie Thompson, Dave Morris. So they're writing these sort of VulcanVerse game books, which are going to go with this. So we're really sort of aiming to tap into sort of the mainstream here. And of course, it is a decentralized world. I mean, all the plots are, there's 10,000 plots, and you can own a piece of land. But because we've sort of structured it into this lore, so you've got these 4 quadrants of the underworld and the mountains and the sand and the grass, you are kind of limited with what you can build depending on your level. So, you know, level 1, which is going to start next month, you're kind of limited to sort of like peasant tools and sort of peasant avatar costumes, and you can terramorph the ground and grass, but only to a certain extent, make underworld caverns, but very small. And as you go up the levels, the assets and tools you get are still lore specific, but they're sort of more magnificent. So the walls aren't made of wood anymore. They're made of sort of gold-plated structures for castles up at level 7. And that's same with the characters you can get. You know, we've got these incredible characters called Vulcanites, which are sort of, you know, these beasts that accompany you in the world, and they can forage and spy and fight. And as you go up the levels, you can sort of pull out more beasts. Like you go from like a small bird or crow or rat up to like, you know, Minotaur, the master of Minotaurs, or like a dragon up in level 7. And I don't know, it's kind of a culmination of really World of Warcraft meets Decentraland meets not Sandbox, what's the other one? Minecraft. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I mean, there's 12 of us here in Greece, about 35 of us over the whole world, various countries, and we're just getting our heads down really, and just building it first before we start shooting it all over the place, you know.
So, JB, have you seen the uplift yet?
Have I what?
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to ask that. We should do some gratitudes, I think.
Yeah, we probably should. Yeah, no, I was asking if you've seen the uplift yet, because like the whole, you know, Minecraft and Decentraland thing, like we built that. We're doing that already. Right.
Oh,
so,
right.
Yeah. You can own land in the uplift. There's about 8 worlds now, soon to be 10. And, you know, like land ownership is based by NFTs. We're, you know, standing up the play to earn thing. So like we've got that down. So I'm like super stoked to see, you know, what you guys have built, because this is like the Decentraland thing is so fascinating. That ultimately was, you know, that between that and Alien Worlds and Our Planet, like these blockchain games just seemed like it's where these things are going to go, right? So like we're, you know, getting into this metaverse place where, you know, people can actually be playing a game in a place together where they actually own real estate. You can actually get in there and build things, experiences, storefronts, whatever you want to do. And you know, it's been completely totally amazing. So I'm really excited to see, like, you know, I wanted to start playing your game, frankly. Like that's it's gonna be awesome. So have you guys released it, or is it coming out sooner, or like where you guys
I mean, it's been an alpha for the last 6 months really. We've been releasing sort of quadrant by quadrant. We started with Arcadia and moved around, and those that have owned land have been allowed to go in and test. Of course, it's been bug riddled from the beginning, but every week we put out a new update. But now we're at the final sprint now. July 25th is full launch. So anyone who owns land, the whole map's open, all the features are there, and that's when it gets crazy. So I mean, yeah, people can play now, but you have to own land in doing so. The play to earn model is that, you know, you can enter the VulcanVerse without land through a portal, or rent someone's land and grind your way up by foraging NFTs and whatnot, and then sell that for our token, and then, you know, buy more NFTs and kind of work your way up. So it really is, you know, yeah, as you say, I mean, I think this is the future, like a virtual economy. And once you put blockchain into all of this stuff, it just, you know, increases the price of everything tenfold. I mean, owning your own characters and your own land and your own assets and even your own avatar clothing. You know, you get Fortnite skins going for hundreds of dollars, and you got these NFTs going for up to, you know, 100, 200K each. It's
I might get myself into trouble here with multiple people, but I'm okay with that because I'm just going to say what I want to say and deal with the consequences later.
When have you not, my dear friend?
But so going back to what Corey was saying earlier, what's interesting, if you don't know that much about the Uplift world, is we've actually ingested projects like Our Planet into the Uplift world, right? Like we have a sector server that is based off of, you know, Our Planet. Where their community can come in and kind of do what they want with it, right? And it's funny because, like, if you look at what Alien Worlds has done, that's really cool, but it's not, I mean, it's not really a game in a sense, right? Like, it's a grand experiment. It's wonderful. It's amazing on, like, you know, a macro level, looking at, like, you know, what DeFi and NFTs can do, or looking at, like, what, you know, DAX and governance can do. But it's quite far removed from, like, the traditional gaming industry. That's actually what has me so excited about projects like Ultra, right? Because they're looking at those traditional gaming experiences and trying to bring them into Engine as well, right? Trying to bring them into the mainstream blockchain, right? But I see you guys as kind of being on the other side. I see you as being this, like, you know, overtly, like, what I think you're going to show us some demos later, but, like, the graphics just blow me away. Like, and you guys are using VeChain to do it, it seems, and I don't even know how that's possible.
Polygon, actually. Polygon is
Polygon's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'll change the descriptor. I thought I read VeChain on your
website. That's part of me too. So, like, I've been introduced to Polygon through a friend of mine. He's, like, connected with a bunch of the projects there. It seems like it's, you know, in the Binance Smart Chain kind of, you know, it's still all built on Solidity, but you got a growing ecosystem, and the, you know, cost per transaction is still low enough that you can do, you know, the kind of volume of transactions that you really need to be able to do to put a game on it, right? Like, that's why we're on Wax. Like, there was literally, like, no chance in a million years you could get us on Ethereum, because it would just have ground everything to a pointless stop. Like, there's no reason to do it, right? So I'm excited that you guys are on Polygon.
Yeah, the fees are insane on Ethereum. I mean, we did. In fairness, we did start on VeChain, but moved to Polygon. I mean, Polygon were just incredible. They set up a group for any dev. They'll be there 24/7. They'll onboard you, and what that does, it propagates people to say to other people, "Oh, you should go with Polygon," you know, blah blah. And until Ethereum sort out their scaling and fees, I think that's going to be the way forward. And we're really trying to push ourselves to be the main Polygon NFT market at the moment. So, you know, we host other games, not just our own games. We've got a separate NFT marketplace. But regarding the graphics, it's not so much that we do come from a gaming background, and that there's this real kind of grey line right now of what blockchain gaming is. I mean, as you say, like Alien World, Avagotchi, these are, like, massive money made projects, and Alice. But then you've got, like, well, where did it come from? I mean, it was sort of pumped by an exchange to start with. It was all about the money as opposed to the gaming. That's a very old website, by the way, but it'll give you an idea anyway. I'm actually at the Global Blockchain Congress next week, this thing in Dubai, and the topic of my talk is why blockchain gaming hasn't started yet. Or is about to start, or something like that. And I'll be going into why I think that is. I think we're really in an embryonic stage of where blockchain gaming can go, because the mainstream games don't really, you know, they've got their money, their income, and their centralized one player shooting. They don't need to tap into blockchain. Whereas the other way around is, like, the blockchain gamers, they haven't really got game studios behind it, and everything has to be on blockchain. And you just look at the games out on blockchain. There are some cool, fun ones. I mean, Axie is fun, and okay, Decentraland's decentralized, but it's still just, you wouldn't advertise that to a gamer. I mean, if you've got a gamer in Decentraland, they'd walk about and think,
"What's nothing to do?" Right.
There's nothing to do, and they go out. So we're trying to come from the other angle, really, and trying to bridge them. I mean, it may work, it may not, but that's the best thing to do. I mean, we want games to come with this game and say, you know, okay, this is a fun game. Oh, and I own it as well.
Yeah.
So that's again, and then you've got all these wallets to be involved in crypto, and it just puts gamers off from the beginning. So I think we're really in an early stage, and you could just prove that. I mean, I could probably wrap up this talk next week of why blockchain is beginning by saying, well, look at the blockchain games we've got. I mean, my God, I mean, it's not even 1% of the gaming industry and the market of the gaming industry.
I think you're totally right about like the thing about Alien Worlds. Again, we know them, proof of concept, frickin' amazeballs, friends of ours, right? Our planet's the same way. But at the end of the day, it's not a game, right? It's a button. It's a mind button, and that's it, right? There's some NFTs, there's a little bit of lore, and that's fantastic. But it was the act of that mind button. I was in building some Minecraft worlds for really the purposes of doing some media from within a video game. We're just kind of experimenting with that. But I knew that we could tack a cryptocurrency as a play to earn thing in a Minecraft server. So we were kind of like I was farming that out and building the ideas out and stuff. Mm-hmm. And when we realized that with an API we can map literally any action in the game to a reward that is like that mining button, and seeing the early success and now kind of profound success of Alien Worlds, it just kind of freaking blew our minds, right? And that's when we started putting the team together and actually built the Uplift world out initially, is because that game functionality was proven, tested, people like it, they're going to come in and they're going to click that button. But what if we attached meaning and like an infinite number of possible things, right? And that meaning thing, it seems like you guys just have that down. Like we're looking at a game that people are really going to be able to get behind. I love that you guys have gone sort of full bore on the lore, which we very much didn't do. Like we were like looking at some different things, story wise, and I just kept kind of pushing that back because we had so many things to actually build, right? But you guys are like doing both tracks. It seems like you're going down like fully down the storyline, and building out what looks like a really amazing game on top of it. It looks really cool. Yeah, I mean, we were pretty much against that to start with. Originally, we wanted to just make another sandbox and build whatever, cars, tanks, whatever. And then, someone suggested, I can't remember who, about making kind of like theme related. I kind of felt like I was going to put constraints on it all. But actually, it's been done the opposite. Now we've got a story. Now we've got books and we've got characters, and it's Greek mythology based. It's it's opened up a million more ideas because we know, okay, we can't bring in spaceships, but we also know we can explore the entire Greek mythology. We've got the gods, the Olympians, the Titans. It actually makes it bigger, even though on a higher level, it makes it smaller by targeting a theme like this. And then having these authors on top of it. I mean, they even write like the character names. The way it works is they come up with a character name. We'll create the art, and then someone will animate it. I mean, it literally goes through these processes where even the quote. Like, if I can share my screen, I'll show you. I don't know. Let's just see if this works.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I've got a soft spot for the Greek mythology. Like my soft spot for Greek mythology is kind of like, Corey's spot for our planet, NFTs. So yeah, I'm totally down with like the names, just like Arcadia. Like that's like I wrote like I have a book on Arcadia at one point in my life. It's
like this guy, for example. I mean, the author came up with we wanted a demon, called him Trapjaw of the Crypts of Darkness. He writes a little quote with it. Then we choose how many editions he's going to be, and then our artist kind of makes it, and we sort of get them animated after. Like this is one of the. Tomios is one of the 500. This is Copis, like a level 5 of the high steps, one of the hardest ones. This is the strongest Vulcanite right now, Master of Minotaur. So each of these are actually 3D models in game that walk around with you and they forage and they fight. And so the author can sort of write the title of it, a little quote, and they've all got their own lore attached to sort of this background. This background lore.
So I wanted to ask a question. So this card that we see on the screen, this is an NFT in itself, then?
Yes, it is. Yeah, there are.
And so possession of this NFT gives you that character that you can interact with in the game. Is that how that works? Is that
exactly that? Yeah, you can only if you own one of these 200 Spa toys, for example, you can bring them out into the VulcanVerse, and also using our other games. We've got this Hearthstone game and Forge Arena. You can use them across all the games. You either own a Vulcanite or you don't, basically. And this is level 5, so you couldn't bring that out unless you had level 5 land. So yeah, it's an NFT which has got a 3D model attached to it.
So that's really cool, and I'm probably gonna butcher this and make it way too simplified, but it's basically plug and play characters for games, right? Like that's pretty cool, right? Like it's plug and play pets in a way, right? Like
companions. Right. Yeah, pets will probably they'll be offended if they heard the word pets. These poor Vulcanites. but I mean, everything you see here, for example, has been made by a user. They've built these bricks. They've terramorphed the ground. It's all totally bespoke to what the user wants to make. They've decided to make a gateway here, so it's pretty much Minecraft on steroids, I suppose. I think later in the video they do pull out a Vulcanite, and they can sort of see. Look at that. You can sort of put your own bamboo there, and
we're gonna have to do gratitude soon. So he could throw Minecraft under the bus, because the Uplift world is way more than Minecraft. I'm just gonna say that.
Okay, here we are. So yeah, you select your Vulcanite. This one, I think, yes, there she is. That's Fairy, one of the cards. She's a level 1. So if you have Arcadia Land and her, you own one of these. Oh, there's a butt. Then you can use her to fight and forage and find all sorts of stuff in there. But yeah, there's plenty of footage like that online. I mean, if you guys want to have a little play yourself.
Okay, one more question then. So what if you own land and you don't own one of these characters? Like, because is this like a Final Fantasy type of thing where the NFTs characters represent the characters in the game that can forage and fight, or do you have a base character? Does everyone who's part of the game has a base character to start?
You do. Yeah, everyone has a level 0 character you can choose from any quadrant. So which aren't NFTs, but it means anyone can start with something. So you choose either the crow or the bird, or not crappy creatures, but not as majestic as, let's say, for example, a lion. So these aren't NFTs. You can't sell them.
That's the header. That's the header on the new website. Not crappy creatures, but not as majestic as a lion.
Pretty much, yeah. That's the selling point. But everyone's got to start somewhere, even if it's an undead rat. Yeah. Trying to find the corpse rat for you, which is one of the coolest ones. The trouble is, our artist is one of our strongest teams, so we try to get something made by them, which is bad or crap or low level, and we can't. You know, these are level 0 Vulcanites here, so you can see here that even these, they've made them. You know, you can choose the dragon newt or the corpse rat, the fire fox, this pretty hot mountain sprite, and a lot of the times we say we want a level 1, and he's made it a level 3, and we've had to sort of readjust it. So yeah, you can pick one of these as your starter pack, which you can use in our other games and in VulcanVerse, and start foraging and fighting and playing. I mean, let's be honest, this poor guy hasn't got much chance against the Minotaur, but it's something to play with.
So can you hear me? Yeah, sorry. So I guess my next question is, what's the point of this game? Like, what's the end goal? Is there a way to win? Is like, what's the ultimate objective? Like, where is Bowser, I guess is what I'm asking.
It's this place called Elysium or Tartarus. I mean, once you level up all your land, which
did you just say Tartarus?
Yeah.
Okay, I like Doctor Who. Continue.
I mean, I think it's Tartarus. I mean, maybe I pronounced it wrong. The depth of
you
hell.
Pronounced it right. He's thinking TARDIS because he's a nerd.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm watching an episode. Yeah. I mean, these are like these other worlds where you can, you level up your land by, you pump it with fire and nurture it and sow it, and you get your avatar up and you fight your way up. And then once you're there, you get to this place called Elysium, which allows you to sort of forage. This is Elysium. You can sort of forage the most amazing NFTs there and find the treasure. And so we made this whole thing as a whole separate map. Music's on for me, maybe not you guys, but yeah. So you can sort of go to these places and get, basically, the higher you go, the better stuff you can earn, and you stake, and you can earn every month just by having sort of level 3 land. Because you're paying Pyre to sort of get it to that level, you earn part of the stake Pyre back. So yeah, many sort of routes to go. You can create your own quests. You can recreate quests. It's just, you know, it's a virtual world in fantasy. I mean, what else do you need?
There's a few things that I really like about this, and I'm not a gamer really, but conceptually, like, I like the fact that everyone starts at level 0 and there's multiple levels where people can go. I also like the fact that there's NFTs that are baked into it that represent characters that can only come out if you're in possession of the same level of land of that NFT, right? Like, this is like, from what little I know about games, like, this just seems to make sense to me, right? Like that gamification aspect through crypto and blockchain and NFTs, that's really well done. Like, this is like everything and potentially more that I've been waiting for from Ultra. And like, I really want to see like this, right? You're coming out like the last week of July. Corey, I might take that week off, by the way. But yeah, it's really cool. I really like what the gamification and the game side that you're going to do. Take it away, Corey, because I want to hear your opinion as well, obviously.
No, I mean, like, the stuff that sticks out, I mean, just like really moving into this sort of higher end game space, but using all the tools that, you know, are coming off the shelf now with cryptocurrency and NFTs and stuff, like all that. I live for that shit. It's going to be amazing. I really like that, you know, there's this sort of just stalt place that you're going, right? That leveling up your land. It's something that Our Planet has talked about doing. And again, leveling up your land, it's not like an actual place for Our Planet, but for us and for you guys, it is. And like, this is why, you know, they were so happy to partner with us, is that you have all these, you know, different NFT games that really, you know, once you have this place where you can start doing things and building things out and making your own and leveling that up, it's really fun. But where, you know, you start to actually make your own quest, like, could you tell us a little bit more about that? Like, so you're in the game, you have some land, you're kind of like foraging and leveling things up. What's it like to make your own quest, and sort of what are the parameters there?
Yeah, so you have to get to a certain level before you're allowed to make a quest. And if you are, it's pretty much like, you know, a classified site. You allocate an amount of peer, it's our token. You say, I'm going to award the first 10 people to win this quest with X amount of peer. You know, you charge people peer to enter this quest. So you say, okay, you've got to put 5 peer to join this quest. Now, we hold that as escrow to make sure there's no dodgy stuff going on. And the quest could be anything, you know, come visit me on my plot, go to the highest roof on my building, or touch the Palace of the Dead landmark. It can be as complex or as simple as you want. And then, you know, you reward the winners of it. And then you have that rating system where, you know, those that set the better quests or is prompt with their payments and they're fair with their rewards are going to go up there. So, you know, you can make a living just setting quests and people entering them. Or, you know, you've got the third-party builder where people can build assets of VulcanVerse and you can sell them as long as they fit into the law. So, I mean, there are so many facets to the economy and what you can and can't do. And then, of course, we'll have our own quests and NPCs and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's just one of those things that just evolve every week. We had a new idea. As I said, it was just like going to be a sandbox with planes and cars and all this other boring stuff. But we thought, screw it, let's really go all out on this. I think we've seen Tartarus play enough. So yeah, this is like another world you'd access if you have level 7. But to give you an idea of what people have made from nothing, you know, these are sort of some shots from all the alpha. It's frozen for some reason. Yeah. So these are all made. This is in Boreas. People have made these turrets, and you know, just like Minecraft, it's just, you know, people are proud of what they make and they share it, and people are putting some hours and hours and hours into this stuff. And we just, I think our sandbox engine is one of the strongest out there. Yeah.
Corey's about 30 seconds away from potentially never talking to me again. Yeah, imagine we had this massive Coliseum in the uplift somewhere where people could come and they could play games like this. And there was just a round robin of video game streams where you could see players that were actually playing live in the uplift in other games like this.
Oh, it's inevitable. Like that. Like that's where all this stuff is going, right? Like that.
Yeah. Like, can we do it next week, please? Like, I mean, that's.
Yeah. Just go. We just need 10 more devs. Just go get us 10 more devs, and I'll get that cooked up in a week. No problem.
I need to check out Uplift, man. I mean, for us, we're all about collaboration, not competition.
Yeah, us too.
we talk with the Sandbox guys, you know, Axie, everyone. We've got like a little collab coming up with them, and I think it's just a way forward. I mean, crypto's so tribalistic with their coins and all that crap. You know, I think the gaming we've got a chance to really sort of elevate ourselves away from that tribalism. I mean,
we are entirely on board with that. We like, the way I see it too is especially in the metaverse space, right? I mean, if we were to get really tribal and, you know, maxi about it, it would be like having an internet like for each little neighborhood in a city, let alone a country or a state, right? Whereas we want to have these nodes that interconnect in as many ways as possible, because that network effect only makes everything more valuable for everybody. Right?
Yeah.
It just makes sense.
Exactly. I mean, what are we going to get if we just corner ourselves off and say, this is us, you know, these are big players, you know, I mean, the market's tiny. It's not like we're trying to enter the Call of Duty market right now, you know, trying to compete with them. Let's all work together. So, yeah, we'll find something to work on, guys, I'm sure.
I'm not so worried about projects like ours or projects like yours, because I think we're redefining everything in the way that we're operational. As an aside, Corey, Crypto Slam number 10, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that this morning.
So let's do some gratitudes. You want to pull those up, and let's go in and do some gratitudes.
I can't still on this computer.
Oh, okay. I'll do it. No, it's okay. I'll do it. Sorry.
A couple seconds, no problem.
Yeah, like a couple minutes, probably.
Couple minutes. Hopefully.
Oh
my God.
Hey, you don't give my MacBook Air a hard time.
No, you're good.
A couple of minutes is a decade in crypto world.
I know, right?
And this is the crazy thing. I mean, it's only taken like 9 months. Games take 5-6 years, but in crypto, you can't get away with a delay for 1 week, 2 weeks. You've got a community right up your ass about it. But it keeps you focused at least.
It does. I mean, that we did the same thing. It sounds like you guys did. Like we've been, I think, open for about 4 months now, and released like a closed alpha. Like once we could prove that, you know, the regions that we were creating in Minecraft, we could map to actual NFTs if you're in your wallet or whatever. We're like, okay, we'll do our first little pre-sale, and like people were doing that, really excited about it. But now like we're basically just like creating levels of deliverables that then we're like, shit, we need to deliver. And then, you know, we've just been working nonstop 18 hours a day to get it all done. But the cool thing is, for the most part, the community is super patient,
understanding, patient.
Right?
Yeah, I think the gaming ones are much better. They're not all about when's price. What network are you NFTs on?
Wax.
Oh, they're on Wax. Okay. And you've got a marketplace for that already, have you?
We Atomic Hub. We've been doing everything on Atomic Hub. Although seeing an uplift specific marketplace is not crazy. That's something like that'll probably happen before the end of the year.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been on Atomic Hub. There's tons of stuff going on there. So
well, you're always welcome to list on our market, you know, if you want.
I mean, well, this is the thing. Like, I want to make a Polygon specific world, right? Mm-hmm. And we've got 48 land grants that we give away per world when we organize it this way. And I want to just interact with, you know, the top 40, 45 projects on Polygon and basically give them all land grants. And those land grants now are worth like 10, 15 grand, right? So it's like a non-trivial thing. But if there's a marketplace that, like an NFT marketplace that we could partner with on Polygon, you know, we would be, you know, really good, I think, with launching NFTs there, so that it really can be, you know, a world that, you know, as far as the uplift is concerned, you know, you can teleport and go through the teleporter hubs or whatever. But when you get there, it's like literally Polygon, owned by Polygon NFTs, you know, that kind of thing. We would love to do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're one of the top 3, if not 2, Polygon NFT marketplaces. So this is turning into like a business show. You set your fees. I mean, for us, we get more eyes. Like we got 13, 14 games. You know, 50 mil volume coming in. You might as well just join the party.
Yeah, Jamie, I'll just say this right now. Like, I don't know anybody else there right now. And like they were talking about like one potential market. But like this just feels like your family already. So let's like legit.
Let's I agree.
I think this
and just to soothe your soul, Jamie, this is kind of how we do business. We do it live in the open and dirty. Right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
when you meet people that are like you can ask anyone on our team. Like, you know, we can talk off air or whatever. I've been planning a Polygon world for at least 2 months. And I've been just like, it's been percolating, it's been waiting. We obviously have a lot of other shit going on, right? But we're officially, chain agnostic. We started on Wax because it made sense. Everything is there. All of our teams were building projects already there. We had taps into the ecosystem. So, being able to partner with you where you have a marketplace and there's already like what you're telling me, there's like a list of like 12 or 13 games we can go talk to.
Yeah, we support 5 blockchains at the moment. So
there you go.
Yeah, come on board. Come on board.
So I know that you guys have a lot of users. There's a few people in the comments like from you guys that are here specifically to watch you, and they might not know what the Uplift world is. So Corey kind of alluded this earlier, but we Corey in particular was looking at Decentraland and saying, well, this is really cool when you're in there and there's an event happening. But when there's no event, it's like a ghost town. There's nobody in there. There's nobody interacting, right? And so we had this concept to build it, like, this metaverse, this world. And how it all kind of started was the idea that if you give certain communities some plots to develop and then allow them to, share those out with their communities and build their communities around it in the world, then you can create something special. And that's essentially what the first server was we created this thing. And then one guy, this guy who's, always complaining about stuff. He's like, no, I want my own things built by my hand and not by the magic torch of uplifters. We love you, Anders. He essentially spawned another kind of world like this that was like a gratitude world that was survival. So anyone who knows anything about Minecraft, you have these 2 different kind of ways to procure resources. And so kind of what Corey's talking about now is like, what if we did this for other chains? What if we did this for Polygon, right? Like, what if our NFTs for that world or that sector allowed, projects like yourselves or other projects to come in and be able to have this, community type of vibe whereby you could have this community, you could build this community, you could develop this central plot, and then have a certain number of like surrounding kind of plots that you could do with whatever you wanted, give them out to your community, engage with your community. Correct me if I'm wrong, Corey, but I think that's kind of what you were hinting at, right?
Well, yeah, no, that's exactly it. It's like exactly what we did with Genesis. We'll just do it again. I mean, we did that with the Gratitude World as well. Hey, so I just remembered we got some videos in here that I think are in game. You still pulling up the stuff, Jimmy, or do you have it?
It's connecting to the server, and it's all on my computer and not the server.
No worries. We'll just. I haven't seen these in a while. Hopefully, they're not dumb.
I don't see any. We're not seeing your screen.
You're not seeing that video?
I was. Funky music. Jimmy. I was digging that.
Yeah, we're going back to that. Jimmy, you suck. It was working.
Sorry.
This is right. No, that's okay. So we did, Jamie. We did. M Blue and I did an NFT release based around a music video that he made, and we had some builders in the Uplift basically make artistic renditions of some of the NFTs, and this is an installation that we then turned around and dropped as NFTs itself.
Wait a minute. So to clarify, you were seeing that, James?
it up or burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground. Oh, light it up or burn it down. Gratitude.
So yeah, sorry, I got all verklempt there. I was looking at some different things. Sorry, Jimmy, I had you muted while we were playing that. But this is like 3 months old. Everything looks different now, and of course we've gotten onto the whole shader train, so all the graphics look 100 times better. But yeah, even that. So that gratitude, we call that Cathedral 2.0. There's another one. All those little wooden monuments have gratitudes on them, which is the thing that we actually built a tower for this show, where everybody who comes on the show, we just write down something we're grateful for as a still practice. But it's wrapped all the way around the building and monuments now, just for from a couple months. So we'll have to maybe pop in there at some point, Jamie, and kind of give you the full tour. Jimmy,
sure.
Yeah, I'm just making my way up the stairs now. I'll show the screen in a second. There's this is not the game at all. This is like totally my computer trying to run too many programs at once. Is Martin MD there? Because I'm sure he's harassing me about this. He harasses me about it every week, and I love it. And I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being 100% honest. It's forcing me to research like good computers. It's great.
Yeah, we can hook you up there, Jimmy.
I just need something that I did. Yeah, I don't need to be hooked up. I just need to know what I need. Right. It's kind of the thing. But I won't say no. This one. I've got the spinny wheel of death that won't let me touch anything. And it's funny because like they think that by making the spinny wheel of death a rainbow that we'll be okay with it.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can pull it up here real quick. Just in case I get lucky.
I'm there and I just can't share. I don't know whether it's StreamYard or whether it's internet.
You can't share.
Yeah. So
that's weird. All right, hold on.
Anyway, just to give you a little bit of backdrop, the Uplift world was basically born out of a server that existed long off in the history of time and space. It was dedicated to a place where friends could come in and hang out. And the first time that friends came in and hang out, they had this idea where they were just going to mesh up. I wasn't one of them. Not my story to tell, but Corey's trying to pull this up, so I'll tell it anyway. And one of the members decided to...
What do you want from my life? I want a video. Something you wrote me about the heat. Yeah, the heat work. This was charged. Yeah, it's not charged. Only had one. You want to charge it? Yes, please. Yeah. Carry on doing your thing. Yeah.
Sorry.
Thank you, mate.
I got confused. No, it's all right. And so basically, somebody threw up a sign that said that they were grateful for this place, and that became a thing. And Corey and the original crew started doing this on a weekly basis on Sundays and putting up signs. I think I can share maybe now. Putting up signs in the Uplift world about what they were grateful for. And the foundation of the Uplift world is essentially gratitude, and it's coming into the game on a Sunday or on any other day that we do this stream. And we've actually, for this show in particular, I'll stop. Is that me or you?
What? No,
no, sorry.
You guys see this or no?
Yeah, that's me though. So I'll put you back up maybe. Click that button again.
Yeah. Mine's working.
Okay. I'll remove mine.
So yeah, this is the center here. I might have to get my mouse.
Okay. All right, there we go. Yeah, because you're flying a lot more. So this is our world. This is kind of what we created and what we do at the beginning of every show. As we come in and we tell the world what we're grateful for.
So this is like Minecraft or a spin-off Minecraft or?
Yeah, so it's we're using Minecraft as our sort of metaverse layer, right?
Right.
And we're just running our own servers, of course, and just mapping everything to what we're doing here.
We've done a similar thing to what you guys have done with the video game, basically. So we've kind of changed it a little bit from like original Minecraft, whereby land plots are actually mapped to a specific wax wallet at this point in time. But it could be any blockchain in the future. And so you're only allowed to lay blocks or destroy on the plots that you have development rights to. And so that allows people to build things. It allows communities to build things. There's an interesting story in the backstory again, where like the first cathedral, which was the place that they put gratitude, somebody just came in and like bombed it to the ground. And so, right, the power of blockchain allows you to map these certain locations, as you guys have figured out, to different like development rights. And that's essentially what the Uplift has become. It is, built on Minecraft, but it's much bigger than that. It allows the possibilities of people to come in and build communities and people to have these development rights and build like local economies and things like that, right? Like it's the metaverse on 1.0, right? Like in fast approaching 2.0, and maybe within the next year or two, like eclipsing the standard of what anyone ever thought that the metaverse could be, right? Like it's the medium that we use at this point in time to be able to carry out the vision, right? It's far more. It's an ideology, right? It's far more than just another Minecraft server, if that makes sense.
Yeah, sorry, I haven't tested it out on this new laptop yet, so I'm actually signed in under the wrong account, so we can't put up gratitudes. But
okay, I'll share. I'll share my screen. It's up.
All right, cool. Yeah, as long as it's working, that's good. Awesome. Yeah, so these are Jamie. These are all owned plots, and people are basically just building whatever they want to build.
Oh, okay. So they're NFT, but in Minecraft kind of thing. Huh?
Yeah. So basically, like this is this square you can kind of see down here. Oh, it's on Jimmy's now, so you can't see anything. But yeah, like
sorry.
No, that's all right. But yeah, basically, like every little area is owned, and that's why I couldn't actually place a sign. I was signed into under the wrong account, right? So you can go anywhere, no matter what, but on your land, you're the only person who can actually do anything, and that's based on the NFT for that land being in your Wax wallet, which of course you associate with your Minecraft username.
All right, I'm gonna rock and roll with you first, Corey. What are you grateful for?
I'm grateful. I just met Jamie, who like long freaking story that won't fit on the sign, but metaverse family, but like Polygon, like that, and the fact that there's a marketplace, the fact that you guys are doing such a profoundly interesting metaverse play that I can't wait to dig into myself. And the ability for us to do some like ultra collab over on the Polygon blockchain, I think I'm fucking stoked, and that won't fit in a sign. So I'm grateful that I got to meet Jamie Thompson.
Thanks, man. Me too.
Vulcan, VULCAN verse, VERSE. Does that work for you?
Yep, it does.
Vulcan.
Jamie, what are you grateful for?
The air conditioning working again today.
Nice.
Those are actually my favorite ones. It's like, yeah, I'm grateful for aircon. I'm grateful for coffee. I'm grateful for
35 degrees here today. It's brutal.
What if you don't want to answer this question, it's okay, but I really like Greece is one of my favorite countries that I've ever spent a substantial amount of time in of all time. Whereabouts are you located?
Marousi, Athens. It's okay. Everyone knows our address. We put it public, and we get people send us Vulcan mugs and T-shirts and all sorts. It's we recently had some signs put up. We've got all the Vulcanites on the front and everything. You can't miss it. But it's on the suburbs of Athens, so not in Athens city, because Athens is a little bit of a shithole. But on the outside, it's really beautiful. But yeah,
because random people squat behind cars in Athens to do their business. And not just number one. Like, that was the worst experience of my life. Not me doing the squatting, by the way.
Sure.
Sure. Let's see. What am I grateful for? I don't know. I guess that's not there. Okay. I'm grateful for little pink. They're not so little, medium sized pink balls. Jimmy D. Yes, very grateful for medium-sized pink balls, because I had to go get a pink ball out of my car today for my daughter, and I didn't realize that like somehow my car had gotten flooded in a rainstorm, and underneath of that pink ball was a whole host of mycelium that I didn't really want there, and I really love mycelium, but in the car it's not cool. And had I have not had that little medium-sized pink ball, I would have never have known.
Guys, I've got to, can I?
Yeah, 100%.
I'm going to shoot off and I'm going to shoot back.
Okay, that's
Yeah, no problem.
So Corey,
Yeah,
I'm
what's up?
kind of also grateful to have you here, because it's been a while, and I know that you've been enjoying your time. Did that work? Sure.
Well, I don't know what you're.
I know that like you've been. I'm gonna do this too. I know that you've been enjoying your time, out in Austin, and like just having it like it's interesting because I think maybe doing the show with you and hanging out with M Blue might have changed kind of the way that I look at the world a little bit. Like I've always been kind of a pretty nice person, I think, but like I experienced something that I never would have thought before. Cause there was a show, there was a meeting that you and I had where Anne Believed like just popped up in the background. And I was like I got thinking about that after, and I'm like, how is it possible that I wasn't actually jealous? Right. No, but it wasn't. Like I was so happy that like you two got to meet. Right. And like, that's not always common in the world. Right. Like two of my favorite people in the world got to meet. And I was so ecstatic about it. Like every time, to see you guys on the screen, and it just got me to it totally got me to rethink my whole level of existence and my level of like what I want to do in my life and what I want to do with my family. Like I'm potentially, going to move stateside or thereabouts, like for an extended period of time. Right?
Then becomes like, do you move to Miami so that you get to hang out with me and Ken Bozak, or do you move to Austin where you get to hang out with M Blue and Rockwell? Like that, that's the only relevant question maybe in our entire ecosystem right now. Like, which do you pick?
I'm Canadian, so I might have to stay of the 45th parallel. But no, but like definitely, like I told the missus that where you were, and she's like, that's not so far from Disneyland, and I'm like, no, it's okay, you guys can go, and we'll spend a week there, and then we'll go to the beach in Miami, and we'll spend like a month there. Maybe,
I mean,
right?
pretty good.
Can't complain.
So yeah, Jamie, there was Bob. A couple other people were asking if they could ask you some questions. Bob, you said they were posted in the above chat. That's like really far away. Can you maybe if anyone has any questions that they feel strongly enough to just copy paste them into where we can see them, then maybe we'll get answers. Otherwise, we'll just keep chatting.
Well, yeah. So what's next, Jamie? Like you guys are rolling out. Basically, you're opening up the world to the public in end of July-ish.
Yeah. We're launching 25th of July, and the race is on. Extra team, extra hours, no weekends. It's like this has got to happen now.
Yeah. What are weekends or
exactly
or days?
Exactly. What is time in crypto? Just one big vortex.
We got some questions coming up.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So Tarek said, heard about Jamie talk about their own token. Can you speak to your own? It sounded like the peer token, or like what's the deal there?
Yeah. Peer, PYR. It's on KuCoin. Pump it, chill it, green it.
Get after it.
But we're far from any other crypto token in terms of like all these kind of pump and dump and hypey stuff. We've got enough utility to get it doing what it needs to do when it needs to do it. We're in no rush to make the barrier to entry too expensive, and we're confident in all that. But yeah, to all your millions of viewers right now, 80. Buy fear, KuCoin, USDT.
I'm
green candle.
I'm going to. Yeah, right. You get the big uplifter bump. So Bob also asked, is there a game book to be played with the game?
Yeah. The Fighting Fantasy guys are releasing 5 of these books. First one's being released next month. I think, Italy, Germany, England. So really got a good, there is 5 of them.
Huh?
That's brilliant.
Who's releasing it?
The Fighting Fantasy authors, as I said before.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you said the Final Fantasy organization. I was like, that's just right over my head.
Right. So Bob said, can we play the game without buying any NFTs?
You can use portals, rentals. You can just walk around with your level 0 crow, rat, and forage away. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a cool level. So is there any free tools, or is it all just like you can?
Everything's free. Level 1's, you got to own land to build the land. You can just walk in there and roam land with your Vulcanite, but you can't build unless you own it.
Makes sense.
Which is a barrier to entry. I mean, you can rent someone's land and build on it, but land's gone up from $80 to stupid $194K. One of them went for. So the barrier to entry is madness right now. So we're doing rentals and portals, all this kind of stuff. At some point.
That's amazing.
So you guys are in beta now? Alpha?
Alpha beta, basically just, whatever works for just not working in crappy version. and then 25th,
Corey and I used to do this before, but we haven't done it in a while, and I kind of enjoyed when we did this. What would be the odds of us being able to like go in game on screen together with you and like showcase it live on this channel?
Sure, we can give you some credentials. I mean,
that might be fun, Corey. What do you think?
We'll make exceptions with you guys. Yeah.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do that. Maybe closer to launch, that might be a fun episode, and I'd really enjoy that. Right?
Yeah, I'll set you guys up. I mean, I'll link with you on Telegram, Jimmy, and get you some credentials.
Great.
Yeah, that'll be good. So Bob also said Frank Frenetta, the famous American science fiction artist, talked about partnerships with VulcanVerse. Can you share what this is?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's massive. Frank Frazetta, the guy that did Egyptian Queen and the Death Dealer, is like painting sold with 5 million. He'll be joining VulcanVerse. We're doing one of one Vulcanites. For the Conan Barbarian artist. Frank Frazetta, that's his name. Yeah, massive guy.
Yep. That's awesome.
Yeah, he'll be part of it. These guys know their stuff. It's almost as if they came from our community or something. I can't believe it.
Weird.
I know.
That's awesome. All right, last one. Then I got to run to my next meeting. How many games are there in VulcanVerse right now? And can you talk about some of the games?
Yeah, we've made 5 games now. We've got a Hearthstone game, Forge Arena, we've got 3D chess, we've got Block Babies, we've got VulcanVerse, and we host about 12, 13 other games. Should be up to about 50 other games by the end of the year in the marketplace, including Uplift.
That's awesome.
Yeah, let's rock and roll. That's going to be good. All right, one more question. What can we do now in the VulcanVerse? Honestly, Bob, go back to the beginning of this and then just watch it, because I think we talked about it for about an hour. There's a lot of stuff.
Rewind.
Jamie, it's so good to meet you, man. I'm really
You too, guys. Really nice to meet you.
We're going to rock some stuff up for sure.
Okay, awesome. All right, guys, I'll be in touch and have a lovely day.
All right.
All right. Thanks, man.
Cheers.
Do that.